like that. All right, let's go ahead and cut the grass. Go ahead and cut the grass. Make all that
Hey, Lee, that's a good hat.
Need a little over, James.
We're gonna do front first, and then back. That's up now.
Little more over. Your side.
Yeah. So it's gonna hold.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah, move.
What up?
We're too far that way, Bob.
She's twisted.
That's stuck in there.
Let's get him down a little bit, then we'll send him up better. We're gonna come down some guys.
Hold on, let me go another side, Bob. All right. Easy. Hold it. Go back your way a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Clear over here.
There.
Hold on. Go on.
Yes, sir. Should be on there. Once it drops, we'll catch the tire wrap.
Yeah, it's on the south.
All right, come down a little more,
All
guys.
right, watch yourselves, come down.
Get close right there.
All right.
Easy. Easy. All right, you're pretty good.
Looking good back.
Have to line the magnets up, very important.
We want to spin our bogeys now? Our yokes?
Clear?
I think so.
Go ahead, spin front.
I can drop it down a little bit, get your rear spin, we can pick it up again.
Okay.
You ready to come down, touch?
Yeah, come on. A little bit more. All right.
All right, or more?
No more, please. A little more. All right, we're good. All right. Ready to go front or rear? Let's do front first.
Front first.
You gotta let that hang.
I got this up here. Yeah, watch your pins, they slide out easy.
Yeah, but stand her up. So, all right, now the pin should come in.
All right. Can I push up on this? You guys
Tilt you a little bit.
got to go up a little bit.
Yeah,
Bob,
go
can
up.
I push up?
Up?
Yeah, go up.
I can push it, I think. All right, we're good. We're good.
That much is hitting over here.
All right, let one guy get good here.
All right,
Get close.
we got it started.
Okay, now go with your guys, Jimmy. Get them in line. Don't pin them yet till you get them both in position.
All right. Okay.
We need
You
you.
may have to raise it up and put it, get this buggy in.
Okay, come on up. You guys got yours?
Yes.
Come up.
How much?
Come on up. And more, Bob. And more.
Let me pull down this.
No, don't pull down. I got it in front of you.
Let him get his bogey underneath it too. Both have to be in at the same time.
All right, there. Now we'll put.
Okay.
Getting enough.
Hold on. All right, Bob. Need to come down. I mean, how y'all on y'all side?
We're good.
All right, come
Come
down.
down,
Bob.
How far I got to come yet?
Keep coming.
Slow now.
Half of that. We're close. How you, Jimmy?
How heavy are these trains?
About
4,400 pounds
Yeah, I think we're about ready to put a pin in.
All right.
each. Wow.
It goes from the outside in, Lee.
That's where that's at. Let's just say you got a pin over your shoulder.
Where do you store them in this winter?
We take We have a maintenance shop we can take them, and then we build a little shop right here and do maintenance in here as well.
Okay.
Build little walls and cover it in with plastic here.
So they don't really leave the station then?
Unless we have to take them and have some machine work done or something. Most of the non-destructive testing and things are done right here.
How do you get them out of here?
There's 2 stators out here that we take off. We roll the car out there, set a crane right here, and take them off right there and take them to the shop.
Take them out here and then over on the side, out the crane.
Or you can back a cart with a trailer up right there. And the beam goes over to the exit, put them on a trailer and haul them out that way. We've got a couple of options.
Right.
What do you think, Ray? That's the way to do it, isn't it?
How often are things like the wheels changed?
It depends. I think all season long on this ride we change, what, 2 or 3 wheels the whole season.
One road wheel, probably about, we changed probably about 8 wheels.
Yeah, very few.
So they're pretty durable then.
Oh yeah, urethane, they're urethane coated. Most of the time the urethane will outlast the bearings in them.
There you have it.
Train is on.
Got just a few more hours of assembly and
Save us a little bit of time, a little bit of time and money. You don't have to hire a crane. A
Right.
lot faster, safer.
Faster and safer, always better.
You bet.
Always a good thing.
Now I'm assuming that was part of the design of the station, right?
it was designed this way to get the car out that direction. Or like I said, we have the option to take the car out of the station and get it off out there. All the walkway and the bridge and all is designed for a forklift to drive in here. So.
Oh wow.
I was talking about that, we were discussing that yesterday, and I said, you know, I'm pretty sure it was I-beams in here. And, you know, I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but I was like, I'm willing to bet they use a chain hoist. Yeah.
We use it on a lot of coasters here in the shops.
The way to use, the way to do it. I mean, less is more sometimes.
Some of the simplest, well, not necessarily simple, but old tools like that seem to always work, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
The alignments are the most critical. To get your magnets lined up on the stable.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's your brakes. Gotta have those.
Gotta have the brakes.
Now, as far as like maintenance on these guys, so once the trains are on and back together and everything, do you guys have a certain amount of cycles you have to run before the park opens, or how does that work?
Yes, we have to run a certain amount of cycles, and we have to run 12 hours. Okay. So the train will have a required 12 hours run time on it before anybody can get on it and ride it.
Okay.
So, and maintenance and operations, both departments go together and put those hours on.
Now, you don't have to do the dummy testing or anything like that, since it was done in the beginning.
We do that in April with a third-party vendor that comes in. They come in April when the temperatures are warmer, because they like it being warmer when you're doing the accelerometer testing. Mm-hmm. So all these will be done in, I think we start doing them April 18th.
Okay. So do you do that every year?
It's an annual requirement.
Yeah, I got
ASTM requirement. We have like 11 rides we do, all the coasters, a couple of swing rides, anything with negative or positive G's.
So the magnets are actually on the train itself.
The magnets are on the trains.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I knew it was kind of like a railgun, how they launch off.
Yep.
And you can't really, I mean, we can't really see it much. You don't really even realize there's a whole bay underneath here
Right.
to work out of.
That's actually our inspection area underneath here when the park is open for the season.
Yeah, you don't see that, do you?
No.
It's so tight. The trains are so tight in here.
There's so many things that and that's one of the reasons we wanted to do stuff like this is there's so many things that the guests don't realize.
That's right.
That's
right.
And nobody ever thinks, oh yeah, somebody did maintenance on this. Somebody took this thing apart, put it back together.
Well, the standards that we have to do all the welds 100%. So all the welds are 100% non-destructive tested. The pins, the shafts, the critical train components are all tested for non-destructive testing with ultrasound, mag particle, So there's a lot of different methods that has to be done. So that's why they have to be taken apart every year. If they would run in a couple of months, they have to have their hand line
Hey, you
instructor
slammed
tested.
your car, didn't you? That's your wife's car.
But that's, I mean, that's another thing that, you know, it gives people a good sense, you know, they know, you know, hearing stuff like
How
that,
long did it say that
you know, it's
Wow,
safe.
Really, that fast?
You know, there's a lot less roller coaster incidents than people think there are.
Well, there's all of our annual requirements we do in the off season. Then we have our daily, our weekly, our monthly, our quarterlies. It never stops. You know, these guys are always doing some method of inspection that never stops. So
Constant.
until we close again, then we go back to this mode right here, back off the track. You know, it's a revolving door.
Always. You're all right. It's crazy. It is crazy because you come to the park and it's just everything works. Everything just works. It's like you really take it for granted.
Yeah, they just push the button. And
Yeah, I mean, even this, you got 5, 6, 7 guys here trying to get this on. It's like you never seen never seen any of them in the park.
See, that's another thing. All the tracks have been checked. We have a third party comes in and does all the track inspection as well.
How did Tempesto perform this year? As far as
Tempesto was good. It was over 90-some% uptime for its first season. That's good for a roller coaster.
I actually do, there is one question I wanted to ask. We were discussing this too. How long before Apollo gets some paint love?
It's actually getting some paint now. If you notice, the columns have been painted. We're getting ready to paint the other columns out here after spring break, and some stuff out at the block breaks. We're kind of doing sections of it.
That's one thing we said. Probably when it was probably too cold to start painting it in the off season.
Well, this paint here is it's a certain paint. It's an Amaron paint. It's got to be 40 degrees and rising all the time. So it's
Gotcha.
it's a schedule thing.
Yep.
And tonight we're expecting snow flurries here tonight.
70 degrees 2 days ago.
I know.
Awesome. Well, cool.
This is really cool. Yeah, getting to see the trains link up right there. What are these? The PVC.
These are when this thing is running all day. These stators, they get extremely hot.
Yeah.
So these tubes blow air on them and cool them off. You can see the motor, the blower motor's out here. There's a blower motor right there. It's just like a blower motor, blows air up through those little holes right there and keeps the stators cool, keeps them cool.
That's wow.
Same theory behind wind chill.
Ah.
You see, if you have a warm object and you get wind on it, it cools down quickly.
Stand it. That's cool.
These things get hot to the touch.
Yes, they do.
I bet. I mean, having to break.
You can't touch them on a hot summer day operating here all day.
Yeah, I can imagine how hot the brakes get on anything flying that fast. What's he doing there?
He's gauging the stators so that the magnets under the trains don't hit it.
Ah. Just got to make sure everything stayed where it was supposed to stay.
Yeah, right.
Those were
Right.
removed and
Okay.
they're wired back up. Now we have to make sure that they're in the parameters of the gauge.
Okay.
Wow. Crazy. Cool stuff.
These all kind of take
This track is actually wider here and to the end of the stators. And then once it gets past the stators, the track actually narrows in.
Why does it do that? Just kind of give you more
Well,
of
it's so, because the tolerance of your ears are so close.
You're down to millimeters of
You're traveling, this train's traveling about
See your
60
magnet?
miles an hour through the station.
See how close your magnet is to your stator?
The
You're talking
clearance,
millimeters.
the clearance between the magnets and the stators is 9/32 of an inch.
Wow.
Or 7 millimeters.
Wow.
Man.
So the track gauge is a little bit wider here to ensure that you don't have any side-to-side movement when it comes through.
You have to maintain that gap for your power for your stators.
Yeah,
The closer the gap,
you
the
can
more
kinda
power
see
you
it.
have for your
I can see it
stators.
now that you said it.
Farther the gap.
Where it narrows.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty wild.
Get the push out. Get it pushed going. It's not as important up at the end.
Yeah, because this thing goes right into a sharp incline.
Right.
Track without, because when you widen the track, of course you got pressure on both sides,
Less friction.
less friction.
Awesome. Cool.